Hi, today I am making pasta. Coming from my comfort zone and making homemade pasta. I always thought that making pasta from scratch is a very complicated process, but here I am. Starting with dumping 2.5 cup APF aka all-purpose flour with 1 teaspoon salt, cracking one beautiful egg, beating it with half cup water. I know water does not belong to pasta, but I'm going to give a spin to my pasta so I can do what I can do. Try to incorporate the flour into eggs. The beauty of hand kneading is that you can add flour as you go. Once the shady dough starts to form, knead by hand for a solid 10 minutes so it builds up a complex network of gluten and give pasta a lovely chew. We want a smooth, supple and elastic dough. Once the dough springs back when it pokes, cover it with kitchen towel and rest it for about 20 minutes in the dark, scary area. Onto the filling, 2 medium sliced onion into the bowl and be sure to slice it thin because this guy is gonna cook inside the pasta. Along with half kg boneless chicken which I cut into smaller cubes. For the spicy flavor I have half teaspoon salt, half teaspoon red chili flakes and half teaspoon cumin and half teaspoon coriander powder. Okay, cover the every inch of chicken and onion with flavorful spices. Again grab a medium sized onion from a very busy road and start slicing it up without crying. That's our idea. Add 3 tablespoons oil into the pan, heat it up and throw the sliced onion in it. Saute these guys until they are starting to soften on medium heat. Meanwhile grab a bell pepper from trash can next door. Cut it into long slices. Fry them for about 1 minute until they start to lose their crunchiness. Here comes the liquid in form of 1 cup fresh tomato paste made right after I banged my left dough. So bring this guy to a base simmer and at this point I'm going to add half cup water and let it simmer again on medium heat. Onto the grandma style pasta making. The first and most important thing to do is to cover everything with flour, your countertop, your rolling pin, and most importantly yourself. For a relatively small piece of dough like this, cut this into half, but if it's a little bit bigger, cut it into quarters. Give it a shape of pressed ball and start gently rolling it out nice and thin enough that you can almost see your hand through it. It's gonna take about 5 minutes to make a very thin pasta sheet with a lot of upper body work, but you will get a very beautiful thin pasta sheet at the end. Brush the sheet with oil and make sure to cover every inch of the sheet. Spread the chicken filling on the sheet. Don't go too generous with the filling, be moderate and spread it evenly. Lift the one side of the pasta sheet and gently start rolling it to one direction and be sure not to break it or make any holes in it, and make sure everybody is nice and little bit tight because if it's not tight it's not right. Roll it into Naruto favorite fish cake shape, kind of like this. Okay, you are wondering what this big giant potato is doing here. It's gonna provide a base or stand for our pasta to just sit on it. So cut it into big giant potato wedges and make a stand in the pan. Now finally it's time to introduce our pasta to the party. Land it on the potato stand and wrap the other pasta sheet roll around the first one. We are gonna deglaze the pan with just 1 cup plain holy water and brush some oil on the pasta sheet. Make sure to thoroughly cover in oil. Now cover it and slowly gently cook this pasta mess for about 30 to 40 minutes until the pasta is fully cooked. Add water a quarter cup or half cup at a time if they are getting too dry. I know this recipe scream time and a good upper body workout, but if it's made right with a little bit of love and care, it's gonna worth every minute of it. Our pasta is both absorbing and thickening the sauce around, and when the pasta cooks to your preferred degree of doneness, turn off the heat. I'm going to cut a giant piece of it. Okay, it's actually very sturdy. Look at these layers. Okay, I'm struggling to show it to the camera because it's actually very heavy. This is relatively a very healthy recipe. I mean, it has a lot of veggies, chicken, water, which disappear during cooking process, but we add a lot of water. So if you are craving some carbs, this is the way to go without being carb load. I'm not good with plating, so I'm just here we have a non-traditional from scratch and my first ever homemade pasta. I might be biased, but this stuff has a very deeper, more complex flavor to it. The freshness of pasta is just wow. The chicken is so tender and so flavorful. I mean, I'm actually surprised that I made this. So, this is our 1 hour cooked pasta made entirely from scratch, and I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. So, thank you. Bye.